Hi. Oh, God. Why is my hair always a freaking mess whenever I start these? Ugh, it's probably been a mess all day, to be honest. I haven't really left the house or anything like that today. Today was just a lazy day inside. It's been, one of those days. Been raining all day, been kind of cold, whatever else. But I am going to be doing stuff tomorrow, so stay tuned to my channel for that. It's been a little slow because there hasn't been a lot of content lately, and I'm sorry for that. Um, it's just been one of those deals. I do want to do something quick though on the computer, and then yeah, I'll get back to sort of stuff as long as the computer isn't frozen, which is not cool. And yeah, I do want to kind of apologize that there hasn't really been much content on my channel for the past little while, because usually I get videos out every couple of days, but it just hasn't really been working out that way. Um, you know, and it's just because of, to be honest, I haven't really been doing much. I'm not gonna lie, um, the don't get me wrong, the transmission swap for Stitch is currently underway. I will say that. Those still need to figure out some stuff, like some certain parts and whatever else, which is interesting because I do have a kind of weird dual pattern. It's not the dual pattern that I was hoping for. Oh, hey, Brian. Yeah, it is 1 a.m. here as well. So, like, I don't know how long I'll be up for, but there we go. I was just trying to do that. There we go. Um, you know, and like one of these things are like, yeah, the T5 swap is sort of underway. Keith pulled the transmission out, but other than that, we haven't gotten any further on that. I'm currently waiting for an email back from Modern Driveline to figure out exactly what parts I'm gonna need for this, and can I just get an adapter plate made or not? Because that I don't know. Because like I was looking into getting a bell housing, which like I could get a bell housing and modify it from basically a 67 right up to 81 um inline six, like 200 inline six. So maybe that's a thing. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Um, Regardless, I'm either going to have to get an adapter plate made or get a different bell housing for the tranny. It's one or the other, sort of thing, right? So I don't know. And as well, I found out that even if I get a adapter plate made, that I will not be able to run a V8 flywheel or V8 clutch, which those are the 157 tooth. I will need the 162 tooth flywheel, and I'll also need. I can retain my starter that way, so that's kind of nice. Um, but or at least kind of. It's kind of weird. That's cool. 85 vet, so that's second year of the C4 Corvette, which is pretty cool. 38,000 miles, so that's no miles whatsoever. Is that the is that a 350? Is that a 305 vet? Like what was in that car? Although I think at that point did they put the 305 in the vets anymore, or were they 350 only by then? Because I know in the 70s they could come with a 305. Um there's some hair in my mouth. Yeah. Because that I'm unaware of, to be honest. I don't really know. Like I like C4 Corvettes. They are actually my favorite sort of generation of Corvettes, even though it's one of the more hated generations of Corvettes, because it's like you have the C1 Corvette, that you have your fanatics that love it. You have the C2 Corvette, which everybody loves a 63 split window, and everybody loves a 67 427 car, right? You have your C3 Corvettes, which just about everybody loved growing up because they were, you know what? It had a really cool sort of body style with a Mako Shark sort of design, and it looked really good, to be honest. And then the C4, it was a little more bland than kind of the rest of them, but it was a much better car than the C3. It handled way better. Towards the end, it started to make more power as well, and it was a more refined car overall. Because you look at a C3, and they weren't that refined of a car, right? Ah, okay, 5.7 tune port. Cool, very cool. Um, yeah, because like I said, I don't know my Corvettes overly. Like, obviously, like I know the generations and whatnot, and some engine options and whatever else, but it's not like a hey, this is something that I know 100% whatever else, because really my focus is more Fox bodies, even and Mopars and stuff like that. Corvettes, I like Corvettes, but they haven't been on my radar for a long time. Um, but I will say tomorrow there will be a new video on my channel. Potentially getting a couple of videos, hopefully. I'm not sure if I will be able to film at the one, but we'll see. Um, well, that's good because if you didn't, you might have a bad time watching my channel. um, because yeah, like that's one of the things that I'm. Because like tomorrow, I'm gonna be filming an auction video actually. So there's some really cool vehicles at the auction, and we'll see if I buy anything. There's a couple of things that I'm interested in. Some of it is not even on site, so we'll see. Because right now I could use the money from a flip, because I don't really have that at the moment. Um, it's just one of those deals, right? So yeah. But like some of the vehicles. So for example, actually I need to look. Can I access it on my computer here? I think I can. Click here for online auctions. I signed in on this thing? I don't know if I am. Yeah, I am. There we go. So if I go to my watch list, I can actually tell you guys the vehicles that are in this auction are really cool. And some stuff is not going for a lot of money right now, so that's kind of nice. Like for example, we have it's a 1928 Chevrolet 4-door. It actually does have a video attached to it, which is first time I've ever seen a video attached for this auction, to be honest, because haven't like I have checked out this auction a few times. Um, like in this Chevrolet, it's just gorgeous. There is like almost no flaws whatsoever, and it's only at $4,000, which is really surprising. But there's still but a day and a half left of this lot here. So actually, I think that one ends in the morning. Yeah, it ends at 10:08 on the 16th. Um, like there's a single cab short box 4x4 with a 360 in it, but it's quite rusty. That's probably out of the question. Another vehicle that I'm interested in, though, it's off property as well, is a 1981 Camelot conversion van that has a truck box on the back of it. That's a dually. It's really, really cool. It doesn't run. They don't say what motor's in it. I do want to check this thing out, and I think this one's closer to Sundry, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to see if I can see that thing. I don't know if I'll have enough time tomorrow. I might. I don't know, because like I'm going out to see another vehicle as well. Because let's see, this is yeah, okay. There is a Okay, yeah. See, like, and that one, it doesn't run. They don't say what motor's in it. Don't say if it's on gasoline or anything like that. I'm assuming it is, but regardless, this is going to be something that I'm interested in. It's not very expensive at the moment, so we'll see what happens. Another vehicle that's interesting, but I probably won't buy it just due to the fact that, well, it needs an out of province, and I don't know if you can find parts for it. Because it's a very unique, very cool car. Because it's a 1947 Kaiser. They just say four-door car, which, okay, what is it actually called? Because I don't know my Kaisers. I will fully admit that. Because like Kaisers are something you never see, and really the only thing I know about Kaiser as a brand was they're an American brand. They existed in the from the 30s, I believe, maybe a little earlier than that, right up until I think it was about 56, 57, somewhere in there. And they had one of the coolest cars of all time called the Kaiser Darren, which is a little two-door sort of sports car that actually had the coolest doors ever put on a car. Because people will say, well, hey, well, what about, your scissor doors on a Lamborghini? Or what about the doors on a Mira that, they do open a conventional way, but they do have the ears on them or whatever else? And go, no. The Kaiser Darren has the best door of all time, and I will dispute that with anybody because even, you have your Gullwing doors on your SL, 300 SLs and the DeLorean, as well as a few others as well throughout time. And you have the butterfly doors, and et cetera, et cetera. But the Kaiser Darren actually has what's called a pocket door. And basically, it's a door that you slide out and it goes into the front fender. It is really, really cool. If you haven't heard about it, go check it out because it is super, super cool. They weren't a particularly fast car or anything like that, but they were sort of this sporty sort of car. I don't even know what engine they had, to be honest. I just know about the doors and how they look. They have a very cool look. I believe they're all fiberglass. And, it's a fairly light car, right? It's this sort of American two-door sports car. But it's something you never see. And, like, those pop up at auction. I mean, these are even rarer to see because I don't think they're really worth much. I mean, my guesstimation on that car, you get the thing running because bear in mind, it hasn't been on the road for 12 years. You're probably looking at, I don't know, 1,500, $2,000 maybe on that car. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot cheaper than that now, but I'm sure it's going to get to around that. Because it's also an out of province, because it's never ever been registered in Alberta, so that's kind of fun. Or at least if it has, it wasn't previously, like, how do I describe this? The last place it was registered was not Alberta. And then another vehicle that is very, very interesting to me, which I'm going to take a look at tomorrow, because I don't really know. I know about these vehicles. And actually, my dad knows a little bit more about them than I do. This one's kind of interesting because it's a Lincoln Mark V. Okay? Lincoln Mark Vs are cool. I like them. They're not my favorite of these full-size Lincolns. Like, my favorite of these full-size Lincolns are the Lincoln Mark III. But, and actually, that's something I want to check out here. So, I didn't see that. Okay, so the window is actually smashed there, too. On both sides, okay. It may have just been from the fire. Because this Lincoln Mark V, it's a 79, so it'd have the 400 in it, which they took a picture of the tag, but it does not come out worth a damn on the thing, but let's take a look here. Yeah, I can't read that tag. It's too blurry of a picture that they put up, so I mean, that's fine. Like, and this is a fully loaded car, essentially. It's not a Diamond Jubilee or anything like that. I can still see the air conditioning compressor. Actually, that might be a smog pump sitting on top. which, oh, to just rip that off, to be honest, and just get a shorter belt. Um, and this would be a 400, more than likely. I know it's a big block, because that's all the full-size Lincolns came with. So, but it had a dash fire, which is kind of a problem. But apparently, it runs just fine. I don't know how well it drives or anything, but you can't even look out the front windshield because of just the fire damage. But it's fine. We'll see. Like when I see it tomorrow, I'm not sure if he's gonna let me film it, to be honest, and I'm not sure if I want to actually film it until after the sale is done. Like if I win it, because that's one of those things where because sometimes I think I bite myself in the foot by filming these auctions, and not being able to bid on these vehicles outright. And, beforehand. Because, like, there's a lot of vehicles that are, like, right now, we're still early in the auction. Things are still going fairly cheap. But, we're still not at a point where I can say, yep, that's where these things are going to stay, and I could buy, like, 6 or 7 vehicles. Which I wouldn't buy that many because I don't... Technically, do I have room for them? Sort of. It's kind of temporary of where I would store any of these, and like, cause that Lincoln, to be honest, I would love, like, my dad knows that I would go look at this thing, that I'm gonna look at it tomorrow, but the thing is, Father's Day is on Sunday, and I kind of want to see if I can get the thing fixed up and give it to him for Father's Day. Because the one thing is, or even if I can't get it fixed up for Father's Day, which it's quite tight timeline for that, get it fixed up for even his birthday. Because his birthday is coming up August 25th. So that would be a really cool car. And to be honest, like, as much as I love the Civic and everything like that, and I want to get it on the road, I don't know if we're really going to be able to, because it's finding a gas tank, which has been near impossible to do. We might just have to abandon the project and just move on from it. And then this could be the little project, right? Because it doesn't need much, this Lincoln. Like, because the thing that scares me is, okay, what actually went up in this car? What actually burned? And that's what I'm going to ask the owner when I see it tomorrow. And now, there was a little bit of a fire underneath the hood, because you can tell there's a burn mark on the hood. But overall, it looks to be a very good car, and like very nice. It's just, unfortunately, a lot of stuff got melted by the fire. So, but apparently it runs, which is a good sign for stuff, and like the electrical all works. So, which is kind of interesting because you look at those connections and they just look freaking melted badly. But who knows? Maybe looking at it in person, they might look better than they do in the pictures, right? And as for like getting this thing home, I mean, I just get it towed home, not a big deal. Because yeah, I have access to I have an AMA membership, so I can just get it towed back here for free because it's not far away from here. Yeah, because, like, they say 4 miles out of Olds. It might be around that, to be honest. So, it's a very cool car, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that maybe I can buy that. And, as much as I could use money buying something to flip it. Like, because even this Camelot conversion does interest me very much so as well. So, like, get both of the vehicles. That'd be really cool. I don't know if I can, though. And also, I still got to bear in mind, I still have to pay for the dyno on Friday. Because my car, and also I got to pay, think about expenses for gas and whatever else. And plus, I'm supposed to go to dinner that night, too, with my bestie. So, we'll see where I'm at when it comes to all of this stuff. Because bear in mind that this auction ends on Thursday. So, yeah. So we'll see. Alright, we'll see. But as well, like something I have planned as well, unfortunately, the weather has put a big damper on one of my plans for a video. Because of, well, the nature of the video, it is a video to get rid of, like, cleaning up sort of rusty parts and stuff, right? So, I have those BBK Shorty headers, which I was wanting to throw on the car before the dyno. Just get rid of the, the header leak and get it closer, and then go from there, right? But didn't do that. Right? I did not do that. So, you know. Oh god. And I have no viewers right now. Which, I mean, it does happen, right? It is late at night. We are looking at just after 1:20 a.m. Mountain time, and it's one of those deals. But yeah, so anyways, so this video is about getting rid of rust on old parts, and I wanted to test out a few different methods, or just like I shouldn't say a few different methods. It's just a couple of methods. So, what is better for getting rid of rust on parts? There is electrolysis, which I've always wanted to try it because it looks really neat and it looks kind of cool on camera. When the chemical reaction sort of starts, while the other one is CLR. Because in CLR, you've seen the commercials and everything. See how well it will do on rust. And now the thing is, these headers are chromed out and whatever else, so I would have to get these headers sort of coated with something. But I could just, it wouldn't look as pretty, but I could get some header paint that kind of looks like chrome, and I could just sand it down a little bit, whatever else, and make sure it's all smooth. And then I could just spray those areas that have that are, like that, right? And it's not going to be the prettiest, but then, to be honest, all I would just do after a while is wrap the headers as well. So, which is not going to happen right away. That'll happen much later on. But yeah, it's one of those things. Now, it's so interesting. Oh, and he has rear louvers. That's cool. Yeah, because sorry, I'm looking at vehicles for sale, and this one I've been eyeing for a couple of days, but I never really read the ad properly until now. So this guy is selling well, he says a 92. He says it has a new front end on it, but I mean that's an 83 to 84 front clip on that car. But if it was 92, it'd be an Arrow. And he doesn't show the interior, which, yeah, I can't even see a top view of the interior or anything. It's also supposed to come with a new 88 in the box and whatever else, and a C4 and a C6. A new front end that's 5-lug with 410 gears, new X pipe, that sort of thing, right? Aluminum wheels. But the guy's old, and his wife is just saying, no, you're not allowed to have this project. So he's getting rid of it. But I'm really curious, what are the actual proper details on this? And it's too bad it's up in Edmonton. Now, I did send this to a friend of mine because he buys Fox bodies all the time that are 4-eyes. So we'll see if he gets it or not. But yeah, anyways, I think I will wrap up this video, or this live, to be honest. I hope you guys did enjoy this little live. If you did, don't please like it. Comment anything you want to see down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And, well, if you want to contact me, you can at Katarina's.garage on Instagram, Katarina's Garage on Facebook. as well. Follow me on TikTok at Katarina's.garage as well. Anyways, hope you're having a great time. And yeah, hope you're staying safe during COVID-19. Good luck with whatever you're working on, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. Pikachu. Ugh, that did not come out well.